are going to healthily deal with any opposition. Just needs to be careful not to get sniped, but there we are, that's the scan. Giving him vision of the high ground, allowing him to shoot that, and now if he runs into the mineral line, he should be able to deal some fairly heavy damage to everything in here, and even snipe the Nexus. He needs to be careful about his back hind though, and it looks like the drop, which I didn't really want to show because it wasn't the main thing, got taken out because there is no sign of that medivac on the field. Now Protoss player is now going to Gate Robo, getting some Immortals out, but I think it's too late. I think if he loses this expansion, he isn't able to defend against it. Just need to snipe that Thor, snipe the Thor. There we go, the Thor goes down. This one. Come on, snipe this one. Snipe this Thor, snipe the Thor, snipe the Thor, snipe the Thor. Oh no. Oh. He does finally manage to hold it off, but, I mean, Hellions flying in. Possibly they didn't die. That's that dropship again. If they fly round, he must have pulled all his perimeter off aside from these two stalkers down here. If he flies in here, he can run in, roast and toast. Even with these cannons, but ooh, here they land. Now they need to be careful not to get caught off guard by these stalkers, which are retreating to go and fight the mech army. They're not actually in position anymore. This could be real. Oh, roasting. Absolutely roasted. Why attack the cannons? Hellions need to attack the probes. You're not good against cannons. Yeah, so just complete roasting there. You see a Psionic Storm on one Thor, but I think that's going to be easily held off. This Protoss player needs to be very careful now not to overextend himself and push into the base, because he may be meeting a Ghost Academy. So we are now seeing, which is, I mean, a great preemptive counter to what I think will probably be coming out, which I expect to see in Immortal. A great preemptive counter is in fact getting a Ghost Academy, because that will tear shreds. The EMP will tear absolute shreds through the shields of the Immortals, making them nigh on useless. And as every good player will tell you, expanding whilst attacking is one of the best strategies you can give. So far what have we seen? We've seen 2 expansions here been taken out from the Protoss, whilst the Terran has sat happily in there mining with his mules. So the Terran is definitely, I reckon, getting more income. As we see, he's getting a lot more minerals and a lot more gas. He also has almost double, no, more than double the amount of harvesters, which is partially the result of this Hellion harass, but also partially the result of this expansion going down now twice. So nothing too unorthodox there. I think the Protoss player really needs to be focusing on getting his probe count back up, because it's quite low, but we do see the Immortal. We also see the 25mm, 250mm strike cannons, Terran weapons level 1, more siege tanks, another barracks, a tech lab, and stim pack coming out. So the Terran is really teching up now, trying to get that mix, which will spell the end for the Protoss army. I think the Ghost Academy now, it would take the energy off the High Templar, it would whip the shield off the rest of the army, the energy off the sentries, and it would really be the final blow, I think. I mean, again, he's already got 4 Thors, 2 siege tanks, another factory producing more Hellions, a Ghost Academy. I'd just love to see a Ghost actually come out. I mean, he's got the Academy. We could possibly be seeing some nuke play, but I wouldn't really predict it myself. But we do have the Terran. Now, got this expansion, transferred a bunch of probes over, saturating it fairly well for the short amount of time. Even that's only just upgraded to its orbital command. That's very, very, very good play. The main base nearly mined out. Protoss has only just got his second expansion back up and running, and he needs to be sure to have a bigger army than this. I think if the Terran player was to push in now, especially if he has siege technology, which I think he does. Just check if he does. No, he doesn't. He needs to get, I mean, siege tanks by themselves without siege technology, not the most effective thing ever, but our Protoss player seems to be stuck on his... I mean, I suppose the advantage is he's put these High Templars on the high ground, which would give them storm of pretty much this whole area. So if this army can hold off here, I spoke too soon again, but if the army can hold off here, then the High Templars can just storm in, and actually storms do devastating damage against mech. But at the same time, I'm not sure that's a big enough army. I think you might be going a bit... unless, if you can intercept this one Thor, intercept the Thor, kill the Thor, intercept the Thor. Yes, that is going to help you quite a lot. One less Thor. You just need to be sure to storm the army. The Terran is wisely pulling back now, back to his bunker. He just needs to be careful not to... Ooh, the Immortal there. Ouch. Immortal getting sniped. Storm's going down. Devastating, but only really to the bio and light mech. Archon's walking in from the Templars, but they're going to get sniped before they finish. 250mm strike hands going down on top of them. Ouch. I feel for you, brah. So that is the Protoss army. Completely walked out. He's got less than half... Oh no, you didn't. Sorry, I need to go back and see that. Wow. Thor drop in conjunction with wiping out the whole Protoss army back here. He also dropped some Thors calmly into the back of his mineral line, roasted some SCVs, and that, I mean, I'm glad the Protoss player GG'd then, because if he hadn't, that would have spelled, that would have just been embarrassing. Sure, you can walk in 3 Stalkers, but what's that going to do against 2 Thors? About that much. Less than a quarter of damage. Ouch. So yeah, some very, very clever play. The Protoss player finally realising there's an expansion. I'm not quite sure where that zealot came from. I think it was just a scouting zealot, but realising there's an expansion, you might as well slice and dice some SCVs whilst you're up here, but if they were to turn around and attack him, he might get 2. And Chicken, GG's, out of the game. And really some incredibly good mech play from Xtain here. And credits to Chicken, he managed to hold off fairly well, but seriously, some great 2-pronged attacks. We saw a 2-pronged attack here, roasting even more SCVs, but that's now mined out. If they lost this base, which he has done, it's completely pinned down by Thors. If he'd lost this base, he'd have had to go and build an expansion down here, and during that time he'd have had no mining going on. He doesn't even have enough minerals to go and do that, so yeah, very, very well played by Xtain. Very well played. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.